Hello ladies and gentlemen, Chaos Wolf here and welcome back to Elite Dangerous. Now this time we are going to be taking a look at another A-rated ship, and this time we are going to be taking a look at an A-rated Diamondback Explorer. Now first of all, let's go and have a look at what we have in the internals. As you can see, pretty much everything is A-rated apart from sensors, and the frameshift drive, which I forgot to upgrade. So let's do that quickly now. There we go, and the life support. It's just the sensors and the life support. We also have an A4 rated shield generator, a B4 rated shield cell bank, A3 frameshift drive interdictor, and for the last two slots I just threw in an 8-slot cargo rack and a Collect Olympic controller. You can put whatever the hell you want down here. I just put these here because then we can actually go and fire off limpets to go and pick up the cargo that is floating around in space after we've either killed something or whatever. But we do actually have, as you can see, maximally available 15.6 megawatts of power. We're currently using about 18 point something, but we should be fine with this because we have actually turned off a lot of modules. The frameshift drive will be something else that switches off whenever we draw out our weapon, so that's not going to be a big issue. What else? Jump range. Unladen, we've still got 25.63 light years of jump range. So that's still a very, very good jump range. It's actually 10 light years more than your standard combat craft. And what you could do if you wanted is actually swap these two out for maybe an advanced discovery scanner and a detailed surface scanner. So you could have a long range combat ship that can also do a little bit of exploration. I don't know. It's really completely up to you. But let's go and have a look at the hard points. Now, as you can see, obviously I've gone for a plasma accelerator on the large hardpoint. Now, I have basically gotten a little bit of criticism about my use of plasma weapons in conjunction with the beam lasers, saying that they don't synchronize that well because they're both very high heat weapons. And yes, I know this, but I do love the plasma accelerators, and I normally wouldn't go so much for this, but I do want to show you guys what the extremes of the heat are going to be like on the ships. You don't have to go for these setups, you can go for whatever the hell you want. I'm just going for these to show you what the extreme setups are. We've also got a D-rated kill warrant scanner as usual, chaff launchers, and a couple of shield boosters. We've got one C and one D, just to get us the most amount that we can out of the ship. So anyway, let's get outside and go and look for some trouble. Right, and we're in the hazardous resource extraction site again, but this time we're in here in the dark, so this is going to be a little bit interesting. But we have managed to find ourselves a wanted fer-de-lance, so let's give it a go. See if we can actually kill this thing. Those shields down.
Under attack.
Right, so why was my plasma accelerator not working? Ah, that'll be why. I was reloading. So, let's get this guy. And I know I'm not the world's best shot with a plasma accelerator, but I do enjoy this weapon. Whoa, hello. There we go. I nearly suffered the same fate as that guy. Right, so we've got a wanted Cobra over here. I didn't actually manage to hit that guy at all with my plasma accelerator. Well, let's see if I can actually remedy that here. Yep, we hit him. Nice. If you're throwing out chaff, matey, that's not going to help you. Come back here, you. Need to get my plasma weapons recharged. That is the main issue with these things, is in smaller ships they're really hard to hit with. We've got a bit of distance on him, so we can actually turn on the guy. We still need to be able to get a decent couple of hits on him. Completely missed him. Oh, we hit him there and he sent him flying. Well, I'm really not the biggest fan of lower mounted plasma accelerators because I can't really see where I'm going to hit a lot of the time.
Target shields.
And that shell was just a complete waste. What have we got? Federal dropship. Is this guy going to be wanted? Where is he? Oh, he's on the other side of the asteroid. Dent. Arthur Dent. What a great reference to the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. So, oh, there we go. Dent has hit him. Well, put a dent in his ship. Let's get a bit close to this guy. Yeah, looks like we came in a little bit late on this. Let's see if this guy's actually wanted, this Python. Yes, he is. I love firing at Pythons. They've just got such a big cross-section. The problem is not getting the power for the plasma accelerator. Okay, come back here, you. I'm not finished with you yet. Whilst we reload. That's the main issue about this ship with the plasma accelerator, is that the capacitor is not quite big enough to be able to fire it off with any great regularity. So I think we should be able to find now. So let's put the power back into the thrusters and get back on this guy. Yeah, one of the first misses we've had against this guy. And a second. What, me and my big mouth. It's nice to know that with this power distributor we're even able to fire off one of the beam lasers fully constantly. Let me look into your eyes as you die.
Target destroyed.
Alright, let's put some power back into the shields. Oh, and look at this, we've got an anaconda. This guy must be wanted, I think. Yes, he is. Okay, awesome. So, let's go and take this guy down.
Under attack.
Well, this guy doesn't seem to be very happy with me. So, power back into weapons. And there he goes.
Target destroyed.
Okay, so we've got pad 34, so let's go and find our docking pad. There it is. And let's go and put this bucket down. So nice and easy. This ship doesn't drift as much as some of the other ships. Yeah, it drifts a little bit, but not that
Docking
much.
successful. Engines disengaged.
But anyway, I know what you guys are wondering, and that is, what do I think of this ship once it's been A-rated? So let's get inside the docking bay and let's find out. Okay, so what do I think of the Diamondback Explorer once it is fitted out for combat? Now, I think this is a fairly capable combat craft. It's got a very different playstyle to the Diamondback Scout. Mainly due to the fact that this is heavier, a little less manoeuvrable, and has a large hardpoint instead of two small. And looking at the hardpoints, this plasma accelerator was doing fairly okay against larger ships, even though you do have to wait until your capacitor is pretty much fully charged in order to actually fire it off. So I do think that the plasma accelerator is, especially at least, is really not the best weapon for this ship. Like I said, I just wanted to show you guys one of the more extreme options on this ship. As well, I do think that the two medium beam lasers are also a little bit overdone. They're too much for this ship. What I would personally recommend is possibly 2 kinetic weapons here, maybe 2 medium multi-cannons, and having possibly a large beam laser here. I mean, let's have a look. Class descending. Yeah. Beam laser there. Our power's going down for starters. Even though I do like the plasma accelerators, I do think that a large one is really not good enough for this ship. If you want plasma accelerators, you might want to have 1 or 2 of the medium ones, but I still think it's not going to be the best. But I still do think that if you want something here, you can possibly go for railguns, you could possibly go for gimbaled cannons, but if you're going for kinetic weapons, you might just want to go for either fixed cannons or gimbaled multi-cannons. But I do think this ship is a very good combat ship, especially since it has some decent shields, if you keep them powered, unlike I did. Because, as you saw, I was just mucking about. I really was not taking this as seriously as I could have done. Not only that, the ship does have a very good jump range. And I do think this is a very good combat ship if you're jumping around from system to system, doing lots of, possibly just doing community goals, jumping from one system to the next. The downside is it's not as durable as some of the other more combat-oriented ships, because this ship is mainly designed to be an explorer, which is why it's called Diamondback Explorer. So, no surprises there. But we are going to go and cover the exploration potentials of this ship in another video, along with the taking another look at the ASP and the Type 9 and a few other ships. But I do think this is a fairly good ship, but like I said, it has a much heavier frame. If you like heavier ships with bigger hard points, then go for this one. If you like smaller ships that can buzz around and be really annoying to hit, then go for the Scout. But anyway guys, I do hope this video has proven useful in helping you decide whether or not you want to go for the Diamondback Explorer or not. At least in the combat role. Like I said, I'm going to be coming back and revisiting this in a Explorer capacity a little later. But anyway Commanders, I do hope you've enjoyed this video. If so, hit that like button, it really does help my channel out. And if you haven't already, come and join the Wolfpack by hitting that big subscribe button. You'll get notifications from whenever I release new videos. And if you're hungry for even more Elite Dangerous content, go and check out the list of my affiliated channels over on the right. And until next time, Commanders, keep flying and stay shining.